I had a guy tell me that he wants to come help me dig my next cistern. I had a guy tell me that he wants to come help me dig my next cistern. I finished putting in the manhole outside of building the lid, and I just cleaned up in here and reinforced the floor where the ladder goes, and well, I think we'll be able to harvest some of this rainwater that's coming. Today, I'm going to finalize my cistern. So I'm building a 3,600 gallon water cistern for under $200, which is absolutely a frugal thing to do. Just using some tape measures and a square to make sure that I'm pretty square here. Still waiting on my chainsaw battery to charge, so I went around and cleaned up the edges of the liner, and now I'm gonna come down inside of the cistern and sweep up all of this dirt here. I still have to throw a couple logs down, so I might have to touch this up when I'm done, but I'm gonna sweep up down here and I'll do the best I can, but if there's a little bit of dirt, it doesn't matter. You know, the dirt will just stay settled. You just don't want contaminants and whatnot in your cistern. But for now, since the wind's coming in, I'm just covering that last little spot there, and I'll leave everything else and just have it kind of held into place to prevent any big damage. I can frame in this manhole and just get everything completely finalized, climb down inside, sweep it out one more time, and just have like a pristine, completely finished cistern before I collect any rainwater in it. I used these old scrap pieces of railroad tie to build the manhole, and I've backfilled over the entire top, and the ground slopes this way and the driveway slopes this way. I will clean it up a little bit, of course, but the water would run out this way, and I've got a ditch that goes across the way into a pond and then down around the property. We should be pretty well set to go, other than, of course, I'll have to work this area and grade it and make it a little nicer, and then I'll be able to reuse all of that dirt and caliche and clay for other projects around the homestead. As usual, I built the lid out of scrap material. If I had a larger piece of plywood, I would have extended it out a few inches around the perimeter. But I have a bunch of pallets, so I'm gonna grab a bunch of slats of pallets and lay them across so that they extend over the top by a couple inches. And before that, I have the piece of tarp that I cut out, so I'll cover all this, then lay down those last slats of wood, and that'll finalize the lid for my water cistern. So this piece is separate and it's locked down. I've ran the gutter in straight down from the roof, which means that I can move that tote over by the other totes on the other side of the shop, and I can build a handle to make it easy to lift this lid up. So I have an access panel, and like I said, I'll go ahead and finish this up so that it's got a nice roof over the top so that no water can leak in from here. But I'll have to do that another time. I'll bring a backhoe in. And although I never expect anything from anybody, I figured I'd at least be prepared in case it does happen. Once I pull that trailer out, and now that this is cleaned out this area, we could pull the backhoe in around this way and dig a cistern right behind my agricultural shed. I plan to build a cistern the same size as the other one, so it'd be 6 feet wide, 6 feet deep, and 16 feet long, which wouldn't be it wouldn't be the full length of this. With that cistern in place, I will have, well, 14,000 gallons worth of rainwater storage. You're wondering, that's 38 gallons a day if you had it full, and I should be able to harvest that much water with my rain harvesting surface. So maybe even more now. A few weeks back, the main road on the way in flooded really bad, and I was coming in, I had a load of water and I got stuck. The trailer just sunk all the way to the axle, so I ended up having to dump the water and pull myself out and all that, but I failed to crack the lid when I let the water out, so this tank collapsed from all that, the lack of pressure inside. And what that ended up doing, folded so hard that it pierced a hole through here. And I noticed when I brought this tank back, it was just leaking a little, so I put some tar over the hole to keep it. Tar is a pretty good immediate fix, you know, so I threw that over there and then I transferred the water. But what I'm going to do now is get the tar off, and I'm going to weld the plastic back closed. I just kind of rubbed the bump that was there out with this. This is a soldering iron, and then I used this leftover, garbage plastic, cut little pieces out of it, and then smoothed it over the hole. Smoothed it over the hole, and that should seal that hole. I used to have a bench in the front here, but it never had shade, so I think I'm going to put a big old raised bed garden there. And I moved the bench over there next to the picnic table, so we'll have 2 of these raised bed hugelkulturs basically. Well, we got quite a bit done. I'm going to clean up and go bag a bunch of tea and corn flour, so I'll have it on the website for you guys. We're back in stock right now if you want some corn flour, and then I'll be shipping more into Amazon. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I dare you to go try one of my tea blends.